What's up, everyone? And today I'm bringing a deck profile on my Battlin boxers. Now, Battlin boxers is a very kind of unique deck, but it's a pretty fun deck that basically uses a bunch of XYZ monsters. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, before we get into the deck profile, I'm still looking for more people to fill the tournament that I am actually going to be hosting. I have the links in the description to the video with more details, so I hope you'll go to that video, maybe think about joining. Now, let's get right into the video. First, I run 3 Battlin Boxer Headgeared. Headgeared one is normal summon. You can send 1 Battlin Boxer from your deck to the graveyard. So this is essentially your Foolish Burial for the deck. I also run the 3 Glassjaw. I think in my last deck profile I took Glassjaw out, but I decided to actually run him this time. When this card is targeted for an attack, destroy this card. And when this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target 1 Battlin Boxer or monster in your graveyard, add to your hand. So basically what you can do is you can use the effective Headgear to send Glassjaw and use the effective Glassjaw to add back a Battlin Boxer monster. Next, I run 3 Battlin Boxer Switcher. Switcher, when this card is null summoned, you can target 1 Battlin Boxer monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Although that does log you into Battling Boxers, which is a bit of a downside, but the Battling Boxer XYZ monsters themselves aren't too bad. Next, I run 3 Battlin Boxer Sparer. Sparer, if you control a Battling Boxer monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you cannot conduct your battle phase for the rest of the turn. If it's your first turn, that downside is not really going to matter too much, but it is just a free summon. Next, I run 3 Boxer Shadow, or not 3, 2 Boxer Shadow. During your main phase, you can attach 1 XYZ material from a Battlin Boxer XYZ monster you control. And if you do, special summon this card from your hand. So if you have an XYZ material or an XYZ monster, you can detach the material from it to special summon Boxer Shadow. Also run the 1 Veil. When you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, gain life points equal to the damage you took. Not the greatest effects, but it does summon itself, which is very hard to get to in this deck. I run the 1 Counterpunch. During the damage step of either player's turn, when a Battlin Boxer monster you control is attacking or being attacked, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. That monster gains 1000 attack until the end phase. So it's a battle trap essentially. I only run it at 1 because battle traps just aren't that good in most decks. Next, I run 1 Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. Sorry, I don't have a copy of it. You can banish 1 equipped spell from your field or graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks, you can equip 1 equipped monster on the field. Adds an equipped spell that gives this card 500 attack. When a monster effect is activated, you can send 1 face-up equipped card you control to the graveyard. Negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. And you can easily get an equipped spell to the graveyard via Isolde. Next, I run the 3 Fireflint Lady. Fireflint Lady, if you control a warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then you can send from your field to the graveyard. Special summon 1 level 4 lower monster from your hand. And if you do, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. So it's basically just really good warrior support. Next, I run 2 Perform Mage Hat Tricker. Hat Tricker, if you control 2 monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. So much like a Fireflint Lady and Sparer, it's just a free summon. I also run the 2 Nibiru for my hand trap of choice. Personally, right now, I just think Nibiru is the better card over Ash Plus because most decks now can actually play through an Ash, but they still can't play through a Nibiru in most cases. Next, I run 3 Battlin Boxer Spirits. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, then you can target 1 Battlin Boxer monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in face-up defense position. So it's essentially a Monster Reborn for your Battlin Boxers. Speaking of Monster Reborn, I also run the 1 Monster Reborn, as well as the 2 World Legacy Succession. I run 3 Double Summon, because a lot of times you can end up getting stuck with a bunch of Battlin Boxers in your hand, and you may not be able to do it to a whole lot. Next, I also run the 3 Rank Up Magic Neuron Force. Neuron Force, you can target 1 face up XYZ monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck 1 number C monster with the same type as that monster you control, but 1 rank higher by using it as XYZ material. So basically, you want to use it to get out the Silent Honor Dark. Next, I run the 1 Divine Sword Phoenix Blade as my 1 equipped spell. I do see some people run the Bamboo Engine, but for me, the Bamboo Engine just isn't quite as reliable. It can be kind of breaky. So I'd rather just run the one Phoenix Blade and use it for the Fire Flint Lady. Also run the one Rhoda because it's a Borea deck. One Double or Nothing, and one Called by the Grave. Moving on to the extra deck. I run two number 79 Battlin Boxer Nova Kaiser. Once per turn, you can attach one Battlin Boxer monster from your hand or graveyard to this card as XYZ material. This card gains 100 attack for each XYZ material attached to this card. When this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 4 lower Battlin Boxer monster in your graveyard up to the number of XYZ materials this card had on the field. Special summon those targets. So basically it's trying to be a beat stick, but when it's sent to the graveyard, you can just special summon a whole bunch of Battlin Boxers back from your grave. I run the two Lead Yoke. Lead Yoke can essentially protect a Battlin Boxer monster, because if a Battlin Boxer monster would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can attach one XYZ material from this card instead. So it's like a, I guess kind of like a Almar? No, Almar, it's Balinks. Next, I run one number C105 Battlin Boxer Comet Cetus, which is another target for the Numeron Force. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and inflict damage to your opponent equal number 105 Battlin Boxer Star Cetus as an XYZ material, it gains this effect. Once per turn, detach one XYZ material from this card, then target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to destroyed monster's original attack. So this is definitely a pretty useful card because it can do some burn damage. Of course, I also run the one number 105 Battlin Boxer Star Cetus. During either player's battle step, if a Battlin Boxer monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you attach one material from this card, negate the effect of the opponent's monster until the end of this turn. So it's a bit of a negation in a weird kind of way, but you mainly want it to go into your C105. Also run the one number 101 Silent Honor Arc. Honor Arc is actually a pretty popular card, I would say, or at least was, because this used to be like a staple card. You attach two materials from this card, target special summon monster your opponent controls in face-up attack position, attach it to this card as material. And I also run the C101 Silent Honor Dark, which is essentially what you're going to go to off of the Numeron Force. Once per turn, target special summon monster your opponent controls, attach it to this card as material. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard while it has materials, you can special summon this card from the graveyard, then gain life points equal to the original attack. I also run the Utopia double combo. Basically, just attack your opponent for 10,000, which is just really good. And in most cases, it can actually win you the game. I run the one Exotonite, which is basically just a board wipe. The one Daenerys, which has several different effects, such as it can draw two, discard one, special monster from the graveyard, and double the attack of one monster you control. I run the one Zeus, since this is an XYZ deck, and Zeus is basically just the best XYZ monster in the game. The one Isolde. Now, I don't really like Isolde's first effect, in all honesty, because you can't really even do anything with it, but you mainly want it for the secondary effect to banish any number of equipped spells, or not banish, or send any number of equipped spells to different names from the deck to graveyard. Special summon one warrior monster with whose level equals the number of banished equipped spells. Since we only run one, the only thing we're really going to be getting out of it is the Fire Flint Lady. And lastly, I run an Axis Kotalker to round out the extra deck. Let me know, what do you think about Battlin Boxer? Think it's a pretty cool deck? Think it has some potential? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.